Hey everybody, welcome to J Stern Designs. Today what I'd like to do is talk about my pocket problem I'm having with my Ponte knit jeans. If you remember from a couple weeks ago, I finished a second pair and you could see the indentation of the pocket bag through the fabric on the front leg, and I really don't like that. So I had thought about a bunch of different options, and I'm going to show you two different things or two different shapes that I'm going to try. And I also want to show you what happens when you play with your front rise on your jean pattern and how it affects the pocket bag pieces as well. So this is sort of a twofer today. This is my leg, my front leg of my jean pattern. I had lowered it because I didn't want the waistband sitting so high. And then I decided for this next pair, I want to make it as the pattern as it comes right out of the envelope. So I had shortened the rise 2 inches, so I'm going to put those 2 inches back in. I slashed right across the front leg and I added my 2 inches. What I want you to notice is it made the zipper seam allowance longer, so you have to, deal with that. So make sure you change your zipper pieces. But it also changed my pocket. So when I traced my pocket, I had shortened it to match the rise of my zipper. Well, now look what happens. I could actually still use this pocket bag, but I want to take advantage of, making a tummy comfort panel, and I really have more real estate down here I can use. So basically, the longer the rise you have, or the higher the rise you have, the more you can anchor the front pocket bag in the center front, and you can make a longer or wider comfort panel or pocket bag. So I'm going to pick a spot on my pocket bag that intersects the zipper, and I'm just going to cut through it, and I'm going to add that 2 inches back in. Use the grid on this pattern piece as my guide, and I'm just going to cut straight across here like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some paper in there and make it 2 inches higher. This technique would work for any lengthening adjustment you have to make. So it doesn't matter if it's the pocket bag, you'd have to make the like adjustment to the pocket facing, or if you're working with your leg or the rise, you would do it the exact same way. I'm going to make a mark on the cut edge of my pattern so I can easily see where that is. And then I'm just going to make a line that's 2 inches higher. And then basically I'm going to extend my front zipper edge all the way up like that. Okay. All right, so then I'm just going to tape this back in place. Now the other reason why I wanted to do this is because one of the ideas I have for making a pocket bag with less bulk, one of my viewers had commented that I could make a one-piece facing and pocket bag and have it fold at the base instead of having a seam. So to show you how to do that, I want to have as long of a zipper seam allowance as possible, and you'll see why in a minute. All right, so basically this is how you would lengthen your pocket pieces to reflect the change you made in your rise if you make a change in a rise. And you can use this technique for any pant, jean, anything. Now my pocket bag is similar to my zipper seam allowance. All right, so that's the first thing I wanted to show you. The next thing I want to show you is two different options for making a pocket bag with less bulk. All right, so the first thing I thought of is trimming the pocket bag about a ½ inch to 1 inch shorter than the pocket facing. And the reason why you would do that is so that the bottom edges would be offset. Okay, so basically this is how I would trim it. And you'll see I just sort of dashed in a new shape. And then what I would do is I would just trim this off. Okay. And then after I have my facing sewn onto the front opening of my leg, what would happen is it would kind of look like that. So you'd have the facing underneath would be longer than the bag that you trimmed off. And then to sew that in place, all you would do is just stitch them together along this inner edge. So I'm going to try this as a way of reducing the bulk at the bottom of the pocket bag so it doesn't show through the Ponte knit. And then the second way I'm going to try it is to make a one-piece pocket bag. Now, because it's stretching across the width of the pant leg, I want to take advantage of my longer zipper seam allowance. So basically what you need to do is you need to trace both your pocket bag and your pocket facing, and then what we're going to do is reshape the bottom edge so it's straight so we can fold it, and we'll just tape them together. So that's how I'm going to make that pattern piece. Let me show you what I mean. All right, to make a one-piece pocket-facing pocket bag, I've traced my two pieces. So I have my pocket facing right here, and I've got my pocket bag. Now notice, for this demonstration, I just want to explain to you that the gridded side of the paper is the right side of the fabric. So when you put these together, it would be like this, right? Because then when you looked inside your jeans or your pants, you'd see the right side of your fabric. So that's how I trace them, you know, so I'd have them both going the right way. This is actually very simple because there isn't a lot of option for creating a shape when you want to create a fold at the bottom instead of having a seam. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of the pieces and I'm just going to draw a line going across the bottom of the piece like this, all right, and it's running perpendicular to the grain line, so it's, you know, going straight across. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this pocket bag, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lay them on top of each other and mark the bottom edge. I can see through. I'm just going to line up my thing, and I know that it's here, and it's, you know, it goes to here, so it's basically like this. Okay, so I'm just going to draw that in. All right, and then I want to have a little paper to support the fact that I'm going to cut it off. So I'm going to trim a ½ inch or so below this line, like that. I'm also going to cut the bottom of my pocket facing, like that. All right, so then I'm going to put them back together the way they would go, like this. All right, so this is how they would go together. And basically, I'm just going to flip my facing down, and I'm going to tape it along that line. All right, so I've taped together the pocket facing and the pocket bag. Let me just turn it this way. I'm just going to put some tape on this side as well. All right, so basically now the line where I cut them apart, that's my fold line. So I'm just going to fold it in half along that line. All right. So there I have my one-piece pocket facing and pocket bag. So I'm going to try that as well. I think that is much, you know, a little less bulky because you're not, you know, don't have to serge any edges. You know, I'm going to try them both and see how I feel about them, and I'll give you the results on Thursday. So if you have any questions about how to draft a one-piece pocket-facing pocket bag, please post them below or visit my blog at Stern Designs. Or if you have any questions about or comments about different pocket bag ideas that might make less bulk, you know, feel free to comment about that as well. And if not, I will see you guys on Thursday for Quick Tip Thursday. I hope you have a great rest of your day.